35, 40, 47, 54. Sooner or later, it's one too many. And 68 is definitely too many. But Crawford's brilliant. Like
The potential showdown between CaneloAlvarez and Terence Crawford is sparking intense debates everywhere.
I just want the opportunity, you know, to fight the best fighter in my generation. That's
Fans, analysts, and fighters alike are buzzing about the possibility, each sharing their strong opinions. Though these two champions come from different weight classes, the idea of them facing off in the ring is gaining traction, especially as both are seeking opponents for spring 2025.
Biggest fight in the game.
yes.
Yeah, I mean, like when you're looking at Ryan Garcia and Tank Davis, this is the next thing.
CaneloAlvarez, who last fought in September, successfully defended his WBC, WBA, and WBO super middleweight titles by beating Edgar Berlanga. Meanwhile, Terence Crawford fought a month earlier, moving up to the 154 pounds division and defeating Israel Madrimov for the WBA super welterweight title.
Is able to bridge the gap in those three weight classes. It's a tall order, it's a tough task, I would think, for Terence, but at the same time, I will bag him. I think that his skill level is up there with the greatest. I've never seen anybody that has everything. Good speed, power, timing, can switch the way he switched.
In order to face Canelo, Crawford would need to gain 14 pounds to compete at super middleweight. Many believe this size difference could be Crawford's downfall, but not everyone agrees. Tim Bradley, two-time world champion and boxing analyst, made waves with his bold prediction. On his YouTube channel, Bradley confidently claimed that Crawford would beat the brakes off of CaneloAlvarez. His statement has divided fans. Could Crawford really overpower a fighter like Canelo, who has dominated the super middleweight division for years?
Beats Canelo.
Crawford beats anybody he steps in the ring with. Anybody. He don't go, no one beats him. No one.
Crawford is no stranger to making history. Having become undisputed champion in both the super lightweight and welterweight divisions, a win over Canelo would solidify his place among boxing's elite. But Canelo isn't worried. He has made it clear that he doesn't see Crawford as a real threat. In an interview with Sway's Universe, Canelo expressed his confidence. Weight classes exist for a reason. He added, "He's a great fighter, but for me, in my weight class, it's an easy fight. Easy money. If the money is right, I'm in. I don't like fighting guys like Crawford. He moves a lot, and the fight isn't that exciting. I saw his last fight, and he doesn't move as much now, so if the money's right, I'm in."
Why not? Why not? I think Crawford, don't get me wrong, he's a great fighter. But for me, in my weight class, it's an easy fight. For me, easy money. So if the money...
Canelo's comments have some fans questioning whether he views this as just another payday rather than a serious challenge. Critics argue that dismissing Crawford's abilities may be a mistake. Crawford's supporters highlight his exceptional boxing IQ and adaptability, but doubts remain about whether Crawford can withstand Canelo's power. Welterweight contender Alexis Rocha, who has fought both men, weighed in. There are weight classes for a reason. Canelo is much bigger, but Crawford has the size, reach, and boxing IQ. That's the most important thing in the ring.
Crawford is the man to be right now. He's on top of the world. He has every right to be with the performance against Errol Spence, and I feel that he should be in line to fight Canelo, even though he's obviously smaller.
While Rocha acknowledges Crawford's skills, he slightly favors Canelo. I think Crawford would hold his own, but I'd lean towards Canelo because of his experience and his ability to handle big fights. Bradley, however, isn't convinced by this reasoning. Canelo's been fighting guys who stand right in front of him, Bradley argued. Crawford won't do that. He'll move, counter, and make Canelo look slow. Mark my words.
Place where I see Canelo vulnerable, and it's crazy because in his last fight you saw, what's his name, Ryder? Yeah, Ryder explored it, and it worked. It was the uppercut.
The fight isn't just about skills, it's about size, power, and strategy. Canelo's camp believes Crawford's recent performance against Israel Madrimov didn't show the dominance needed to challenge someone like Canelo. They argue Crawford might struggle to bring the same explosiveness to 168 pounds. But Crawford remains determined. While acknowledging the size difference, he's confident that his skill and preparation can overcome the challenge. He's vocal about wanting to test himself against the best, and he sees Canelo as the ultimate challenge. Negotiations for the fight have been complicated, with reports suggesting that Canelo is asking for a huge payday, while Crawford's team is focused on ensuring the bout remains competitive.
These stuff about me going up and having a tough time, but he went up in weight and lost. That's the difference. I went up weight and won. He went up and lost. You know, so let's not do that, Canelo.
The financials, weight, and logistics all need to align for this fight to happen. Fans are already picking sides, with some calling it a mismatch, while others see it as a legacy-defining fight for both champions. Canelo's critics accuse him of cherry-picking opponents, now questioning if he views Crawford as an easy win. On the flip side, Crawford faces the pressure of proving he can handle the power of a bigger, stronger opponent. This controversy is what's fueling the fight's hype. Fans are debating whether Canelo's experience and power will overpower Crawford's boxing IQ and adaptability, or if Crawford's skill will give him the edge.
Canelo, Johnny Boy Boxing, Fight Hype. I just want to ask you, what do you think about Terence Crawford? What do we think about Terence Crawford's performance, and do you want to get a fight with him?
If the money is right, I mean...
$100 million? I heard Turkey offered you a big money already.
150.
150?
If this fight goes down, it could redefine both fighters' careers. A win for Crawford would solidify his place as one of the sport's greatest. For Canelo, it would silence his critics and prove that he's still at the top of his game. The stakes are high. When asked about Crawford's chances, James Toney, a former champion, responded with a simple, easy. Toney's deep understanding of boxing led him to boldly declare that Crawford could dismantle Canelo.
Asking for Canelo. He'll beat Canelo. Easy win. Easy win. Masterclass.
Same thing.
You think he could potentially just?
Same thing.
Same ending.
Same thing. Trust me.
Wow.
Canelo is a good fighter, but he's not on my level, Toney remarked, questioning Álvarez's skill and record. The implication, Canelo, despite his accomplishments, may be overrated. Toney's belief in Crawford goes beyond admiration. He's confident that Crawford's adaptability and ability to exploit weaknesses will allow him to defeat someone like Canelo. His words have ignited a debate, with many wondering if Toney is underestimating Canelo's dominance at super middleweight.
Done. What a trash ass fight. What a garbage ass fight, bruh. It's a one-sided fight. Meaning, it's an all-win, nothing to lose for Terence Crawford, and it's an all-lose, nothing to win for CaneloAlvarez. I've always told y'all.
The size difference is still a major concern. Crawford, having just moved to the 154 pounds division, would need to bulk up considerably to challenge Canelo at 168 pounds. Many see this as an insurmountable gap, but Toney, who moved from middleweight to heavyweight in his career, believes size won't be an issue for Crawford. Trust me, Toney said, suggesting that Crawford's style could neutralize Canelo's strengths. By drawing comparisons to his own career, Toney implied that Canelo's dominance at 168 pounds might be exaggerated.
I think that's weird, you know, because you'd have to gain like, what, 20 pounds? Yeah. But they say that's the money fight. That's the mega fight. That's the money fight. That's the only thing that makes sense for Terence Crawford.
Well, you know, catch weight. You can do something like a catch weight.
What would you think?
Canelo's fans, however, argue that Toney's comments come from an era of boxing where fights were less commercial and more about grit. Regardless, Toney's remarks have caused a stir. Meanwhile, Demetrius Andrade has a more cautious take. While he acknowledges Crawford's boxing IQ, Andrade isn't as optimistic about Crawford's chances. Canelo is a big bad wolf, Andrade said, seeing Álvarez as a powerful ring predator who controls the fight's pace and thrives under pressure. For Andrade, the real challenge isn't size or power, it's the full package that Canelo brings to the ring.
Crawford, I see he wants to fight. He's made it clear. Do fights like that help your legacy, or do you feel like that's something that's not worth it to you?
Everything in my career, every fight make my legacy different and better. No, Terence Crawford is a great fighter.
While Crawford's ability to bridge the weight gap is undeniable, Andrade doubts whether it will be enough to defeat Canelo. "I don't think Crawford can beat Canelo," Andrade admitted, though he acknowledged that Crawford would make for an exciting fight. This more balanced view contrasts with Tony's bravado, offering a more thoughtful perspective on the potential showdown. However, Andrade's comments only add fuel to the excitement. Despite his skepticism, he recognizes the fight's global appeal, saying, "That's a huge fight." For Andrade, it's not just about skills, it's about legacy. Canelo wants to solidify his spot as the best of his era, while Crawford is looking to defy the odds and create history.
Yeah, the size is an issue. Canelo is way bigger. This fight's a 54. He's got 2 weight classes to broach in order to get to 168 to fight Canelo. But as you said,
Crawford's ability to overcome the weight difference is clear, but Andrade remains skeptical. "I don't think Crawford can beat Canelo," he conceded, though he noted that Crawford would make it a tough fight. This balanced take offers a more grounded perspective compared to Tony's bold predictions. Interestingly, Andrade highlights the immense allure of this fight. Despite his doubts, he understands that this is a massive event. "That's a huge fight," he reiterated. For Andrade, it's not just about boxing, it's a legacy battle where both fighters have something significant to prove.
Event across town put out an open challenge to you on the internet with Turkey Al-Sheikh calling you out. What's your response to Terence Crawford's call out tonight?
No comment.
Canelo's performance against smaller fighters adds complexity to the discussion. His recent win over Jermell Charlo, who moved up 2 divisions, showed Canelo's ability to dominate opponents outside their natural weight class. Many see this as evidence that Crawford might struggle to overcome Canelo. However, Crawford's supporters point out that his style is different from Charlo's. While Charlo seemed overwhelmed, Crawford thrives on adaptability and precision. Whether that will be enough to challenge Canelo's physicality is still up for debate. Dimitri Bivol's thoughts on Canelo's power offer another angle. Having faced Álvarez at light heavyweight, Bivol described Canelo's punches as forceful but not naturally devastating. "He doesn't have that power you're born with," Bivol noted, suggesting that Canelo's strength relies more on technique than raw power. This could present an opportunity for Crawford. If Canelo's power wasn't overwhelming at 175 pounds, how much of a threat would it pose to someone as defensively sound as Crawford?
Has the Canelo fight, realistically left your mind once he said he's not interested, or you still pursuing it?
Not at all. I think business talk. With the right.
Andrade, however, doesn't discount Canelo's ability to evolve. He believes that Canelo has adapted over time, learning how to handle different styles and strategies. Canelo knows how to move, Andrade emphasized, countering claims that Álvarez lacks agility. This versatility, combined with his experience against top opponents, makes Canelo a formidable challenge for anyone.
Crawford fans, I've been trying to say this, dog. Canelo at 168 is all wrong for Crawford, dog.
The broader context of Canelo's career also adds to the intrigue. With fewer options at super middleweight, a fight against Crawford offers Canelo a chance to prove himself against a unique opponent. Critics argue that Canelo's interest in this fight may be more about financial gain than sporting merit. By facing a smaller but highly skilled opponent, Canelo could secure a lucrative payday without risking a fight against larger, more dangerous adversaries. For Crawford, this fight represents the ultimate challenge. Moving up 2 divisions to face a fighter as accomplished as Canelo is a monumental task. However, the opportunity to make history and cement his legacy is irresistible. Crawford's team believes he can outbox Canelo, relying on his speed, footwork, and boxing IQ to neutralize Álvarez's advantages. Whether that belief holds up remains to be seen. David Benavidez, a confident contender, pointed out that while Crawford is a brilliant technical fighter, the size and power differences will come into play.
Crawford throwing his hat in to want to fight Canelo at 168.
I mean, everybody wants to fight Canelo. It's a money fight, you know what I mean? I think even Inoue would come up to fight Canelo. Canelo wanted to fight him. I mean, I don't want to see Crawford to fight Canelo, to be honest with you, but it would be. I'm not saying it wouldn't be a great fight. It'd be a great fight, but I feel like if I deserve my opportunity. And I'm gonna.
Benavidez admitted that while Crawford has shown greatness, especially with his skills, his move up in weight raises concerns. He specifically pointed to Crawford's debut at 154 pounds, noting that although Crawford didn't struggle, he didn't display the same power he had at 147 pounds. Crawford has always been known for his ability to adjust tactics mid-fight, but Benavidez raised the point that Crawford would need to jump 2 weight classes to face Canelo at 168 pounds.
How does the Canelo fight look with Benavidez? Who do you favor?
I still got it at 50-50.
Benavidez believes Crawford would be at a significant disadvantage from the start. The thing with Canelo, he noted, is that he is simply bigger and more experienced at 168 pounds. He didn't hesitate to say Canelo would win the matchup, emphasizing that size would be a major factor at this level. Many see the fight as a mismatch, as Crawford hasn't proven himself at 168 pounds, whereas Canelo has dominated at that weight for years.
Siguiente round. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Canelo has proven time and again that he can dominate bigger, stronger opponents. His strength, experience, and power have been enough to defeat nearly anyone in the division. So, for Crawford, jumping up to face him may be too much to handle. While many fans are eager to see the two go head-to-head, Benavidez sees it as an uphill battle for Crawford, despite his obvious skills. Sean Porter, another former champion, shared a more nuanced view. While he acknowledges Crawford's abilities, he sees Canelo's experience at super middleweight giving him the edge.
The others say, like, no, that's 2 more weight classes. Like, once he gets touched by Canelo, it's going to be different.
I am concerned about him absorbing a Canelo punch, especially through the course of 12 rounds. We do know this about Canelo. He's going to slow down, you know, so I think if anything, Canelo would try to start fast and bang on him and break him down before he gets later, and he's still got that kind of steam.
Porter admitted that Crawford has some of the sharpest skills in boxing, but he also pointed out that Canelo's size and power could be too much for Crawford. Porter also noted that Crawford has been rocked by opponents before, making it clear that while Crawford is a great boxer, he isn't invincible. For Porter, the fight's key will be Canelo's ability to land clean shots on Crawford, particularly since Crawford hasn't fought at 168 pounds. He emphasized that Canelo's strong fundamentals and ring savvy would help him exploit any openings Crawford might leave.
Like Alishik say that he sent you an offer, possibly to face Crawford for coming up here. Is that true, or what happened with that?
No, I don't have any offer. And look, I'm 100% focused on this fight, and then with
Porter also acknowledged that Crawford could have a chance if he sticks to his sharp technical style and starts strong in the early rounds. However, he still believes Canelo has the upper hand. It's a tough call, Porter admitted, underscoring how difficult it is to pick a winner between these two champions. While he gave Crawford credit for his skills, he couldn't ignore the reality of the size difference and Canelo's dominance at 168 pounds.
Do you think that we'll actually see a Canelo versus Terence Crawford fight?
I don't think so. I think that it's much too much weight for Terence. You know, his style was difficult. You know,
discussions about Canelo's potential future opponents, like David Benavidez and Dmitry Bivol, also continue. Benavidez recently moved to 175 pounds, which leaves his potential fight with Canelo in limbo. Meanwhile, Bivol, who gave Canelo one of his toughest matches, could be another option, though many fans are less excited about a rematch. Canelo's track record of calling the shots in his career might make it difficult for anyone, including Crawford, to get the fight they want. What do you think? Share your thoughts below and don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates. We'll see you in the next one.